Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm just going to give you a quick look at some darts that were designed by an online friend of mine, and Cuesoul very kindly offered to make them. Now we call them the MAG darts because the guy's called Magnus, he's from Sweden. But I'm not going to do a fully detailed review video because you may never be able to buy these. It's kind of like a prototype custom set, but they may go into production, I'm not really sure. It's really up to MAGS basically. But Cuesoul sent me a steel tip version and they sent MAGS some soft tip versions because that was his original design. And as you can see, they come in the antique case and they've put my channel logo on the case. So I'll show you the darts, but before that I'll explain a little bit about Cuesoul's custom making process, and I'll go on my computer to do that. But basically Cuesoul will make any kind of custom dart you want, but they'll also modify existing models that they have, so the prices will vary depending on what you get. But I'll have a quick look on the site and then I'll show you the darts. Right, so if you go onto the Cuesoul site, I've done a video on this before, but everything's explained on there, and you've probably got different rates depending on how complicated your design is. So I think for a basic style £54.60 it says there, but then if you look down, if you want to add the hope rings, that's $10 extra. Barrel coatings, again it depends, $20, $30, $40 extra, depends on what you get. But if you move further down the page you can get a little bit more detail on things, so it gives you an idea of barrel shapes. So if you just want to pick something that's already on there and add your own touch, but there's all the options. And then it gives you the finishes, the different options for the finishes. You've got gemstone, and then the decorations is like the hope rings, and it shows you a few examples of ones that have already been made. And like I said, I think you've got the option of modifying or customizing any of the darts that Cuesoul sell. So if there's anything that you like in particular, it's a bit of an unusual one, but like I say, it's all self-explanatory when you look at it. So that's the Cuesoul customization options. So like I mentioned, I'm not going into a huge amount of detail because you're probably not going to be able to buy these if they never get into production, but they came in the antique case, which I wasn't really expecting them to, so that was a nice surprise. I'll just get that out. So in there's like a little strap, but I've done a review on this case before, and if you haven't seen this case before, there's a, if I can get it open, no, it's stuck, now it's come off. That was on tight, but there's a little compartment on the bottom there. At first I was thinking, I'm sure this came off, and then it didn't seem to be coming, but just needed a bit of a tug, which is painful when I've got a dodgy elbow. But as you can see, they've customized it with my channel logo, and I'll show you the other part just now. But that moves there, and give you a better look at the darts in a minute. There's like a little secret compartment there. So that is the case, very handy, and these are the darts. Now like I say, these were designed by MAGS from Sweden, and he's done some really nice designs. Whether they'll go into production is kind of up to him, I suppose, but it's a straight barrel dart and it is quite grippy. There's like some very sharp edges to the cuts there. We'll have a super close look just now, but for the sake of this video I'll just give you a little quick close-up. but it's got a black tie coating on, and the red sections is just like enamel paint, but it's got a fair amount of grip, and it's kind of deceiving because the way these little notches go kind of create a little scallop, so that kind of pronounces the grip a little bit, and it's almost got a slight hexagonal shape, but he just wanted a soft tip version and I got them in steel tip. But I'll show you a picture of his drawing and you will see how close that they matched the setup to what he wanted. Now, just for the sake of doing it quick, I'll just do a quick measure. So it's like 50 mil. So 6.77 mil, depending on the angle that you get it. I'd say roughly is probably about 7, but like I say, it's got a slightly hexagonal shape and the kind of like little scallopy sections here. So there you go, a better close look. And now I'll show you a super close look. Actually, what I'll do first is I'll weigh them just to see how closely matched they are. .13, 23.11, 23.11, full setup in case you're wondering, 24.57. So I'll give you a super close look now and then we'll probably have a few throws. So as you can see, it's got a very flat bull nose and there's like 4 notches cut into the nose there with the red paint on. But the grip is kind of made of very wide grooves with these crisscross kind of deep, almost like a scallop section. And it's certainly got some bite around the edges of that. How long that'll stay like that, I don't know. But it could be just with it being new. And as you can see, it's got little circular cuts in, but it creates quite an interesting pattern in the tungsten. So you've got these other sections here where it looks like you've got dashes cut through it, and it continues pretty much the full length of the dart, so same uniform grip all the way along. And then as you get right to the very end, you've got the same flat section, so it's a very symmetrical barrel, and that black tie coating certainly contrasts nicely with the natural tungsten and the little red highlights. But like I say, it's probably up to MAGS whether it wants to go into production, so whether it does or not, who knows. So maybe if you leave a comment and you'd like to see it for sale, it might happen. Well, there you go, that's the super close look at the MAGS darts. Right, let's give them a throw and see how they go. I've even got a matching coloured shirt, black and red, same as the darts, but we all know green's the best, don't we? But sometimes you've got to do these other colours just to let people know how good green is. A little bit fishtaily there, but I think it's just getting used to it. The grip has certainly got some edginess to it, like it depends on where you hold it. If you get it into one of them little scallopy sections, you do feel like a bit of bite on the grip. But it's a straight barrel dart, so it'll probably work whether you're front mid or rear gripper. But I like the nose of the dart, and it's got a slightly chunky feel to it, so again, travel on champion. Treble 1 champion again. Oh, man, went a bit funny there. Flying a bit better through the air now that I'm getting a bit more used to it. Yeah, I think what you're feeling on the grip is like the corners where them kind of like scallop sections like cross them grooves. Maybe after a while it'll wear off a little. Yeah, it's actually flying quite nice now that I've had a few throws, but that'll have to do, I think, for my front grip. I'll give it a try from the mid section. I'm going to count the grooves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm probably about in the mid there. And that went nice and straight through the air. That's flying quite nice from the mid part there. So I'll try the rear grip. Oh, that was a bit iffy, that one. But that first and last one flew really smooth through the air. So it's kind of like your typical straight barrel dart, but with a bit of a fancy grip. So like I say, I don't know whether they're going to go into production or not, but if you would fancy a set and you'd like them to go into production, make a comment and you never know, maybe they will. So I've done a little bit of a gallery, so I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.